Today, I want to peel back the curtain and show you exactly what our audit process looks like, just to give you a better explanation exactly at what we look at as expert email marketers to pinpoint exactly and see where all of the email revenue is missing. I want to show you exactly what I look at when I'm in a Klaviyo account and the specific things that I look for when trying to figure out how much money can this account actually make if email marketing was done correctly. I'm Nikita from Aspect. Let's jump right in. So here we are in Klaviyo, and this is an account from a potential client. They didn't turn into a client, but we still have access to it. And I want to show you exactly, step by step on what we look for when we're auditing an account. Here specifically, they're doing about 3,000 per month top line. Around 300 of that is coming in from email. They're not doing quite good right now, but we're gonna ignore all that and just look at the email strategy that was set up here. So the first thing that I absolutely look for is actually going to be the sign up form. So I wanna first see what their sign up rate actually is. For them, it's a 3.7, which Klaviyo says is excellent, but I think we could do a lot better here. We wanna aim for 5 to 10% of the form submit rate. So basically out of 100 people, 5 to 10 people are actually submitting their email and their phone number in order to get signed up for our email list. Now, if you actually want to learn more on how to set up a proper high converting pop-up, go ahead and click the video up top and learn more about that after this one. So we want to look at that. We also want to look at the actual specific data behind what's going on the email capture side, like what the step 1 to step 2 engagement looks like, what the actual pop-up itself looks like. I'm going to blur it out. We want to see exactly what kind of offers they're running, what kind of teasers they're running, what their SMS opt-in looks like, what their coupon code looks like, that sort of thing. So we want to see exactly what their pop-up setup looks like, because at the end of the day, if you're not getting a lot of email signups, that means that your email list is slowly going through atrophy. That email list is shrinking and more people are unsubscribing. So we want to keep the growth higher than the amount of people that are unsubscribing from our emails. So moving on from the form side, we then take a look at the campaigns. Unfortunately, they haven't sent out a campaign in the last 3 months. The last one that they sent out was in September 30th, and we're just going to take a look at that. We want to see exactly what their open rate is, how many people they've sent to, what their deliverability was, that sort of thing. So I have things blurred out just for anonymity. They try to send it out to 325 people. How many people bounced, how many actually delivered, how many people opened, how many people clicked, and how many people placed an order. And then on the deliverability side, we also want to take a look at their most recent sends to see, okay, their biggest list is on Gmail, and then Gmail has a pretty decent open rate, nothing too concerning. If it was at around 20% and below, then we would have to have a different conversation and tell them like, look, your deliverability needs some work. But in this case, we're doing pretty good, no issues, and we'll go back to the rest of the campaigns. Let's find one that has a bigger recipient range. So the last one that had the biggest list was in February, which, for me, that goes to show, okay, so let's take a look at these sends. So you have in February, or this was set up in February, but sent out in April, they sent it out to 5,000, then in May, 5,000, and then in May again to 146 people, and in July, September, they stopped sending to their entire list. So tells me that they had a problem. Maybe their email guy left, or the agency that they worked with left, and they no longer have someone consistently sending out to these people. Or maybe they reduced their contacts in order to have a lower Klaviyo bill. So we can actually take a look at that by going through the profiles. So they still have around 9,000 active profiles, 32,000 suppressed. They have a decent list, but they just are not converting to that list, and probably clean out those suppressed profiles. Let's take a look at that list that they sent out in May, see exactly what's going on. So they have 66% open rate, 91 one purchase. They originally had 8,000, but a good amount of them didn't get delivered. 5,000 opens. You can take a look at their deliverability. Most of it is Verizon Media Group, so Gmail is on the bottom end here. And yeah, open rates still look good, no issues. We then want to move on after campaigns onto the flow side. So we're going to go ahead and open up all of these flows. And I typically like to look through exactly all of the live flows and the active flows. So on the abandonment checkout side, I want to take a look at the actual filters. So their trigger is checkout started, but they don't have any other filters going on, meaning if someone's in browse abandonment, or if someone is in like abandoned cart, then they're not filtering out those people. They're only filtering out people that have placed an order. So that's a problem. They do have personalization on their abandoned cart. And then I typically like to see the actual email and see exactly what the design looks like on its own. Just based off the design, I'm not going to show it to you just for anonymity's sake, but it's quite unoptimized and it's pretty basic. So there's a lot of room for improvement on that email. Same thing on these other emails. They are just unoptimized. So they need a lot of work as far as redesigning, making sure that, the abandoned cart or the abandoned checkout promo is actually on top and above the fold, because that is the most important thing. And we want to make sure that people see exactly what they left in their cart just to jog their memory and bring them back to the website to eventually convert. That's abandoned checkout. Then we have abandoned browse, which they do have one email going out, which is a stronger call to action, but still not good enough in my opinion. And I would probably add on an extra email here afterwards, so that way, you get one browse abandonment and then the second one is just another follow-up. We do have a profile filter for if the checkout started, but still we would want another filter on here to exclude them from abandoned checkout as well. We go to customer thank you. They do have a split on placed order equals 1 over 10, which is good. You want to have different messaging if someone's a repeat buyer versus someone being a brand new buyer. So we do have that split here, which is great. So they do have like the what makes us great, thank you, email number 1, which again could have been done better. They're following an old tactic of having a big image on the header, but having all the content below the fold, which is not good. We want to have all that good content above the fold. Same thing with repeat customer thank you, which I think is the same exact email. It's the exact same email. Now this is a cardinal sin, mainly because we want to have a difference. Those emails look exactly the same subject line, same copy, same imagery. So we want to differentiate for people that have bought once versus have bought more than once. People that have bought more than once need to feel a little bit more special, a little bit more catered to, because those people are the ones that are going to keep buying and buying again. So we want to make sure that we're, sending them an email that actually is relevant to their purchase experience. Now moving on to the win-back flow, they do have 3 emails on the win-back side, which as far as placed an order, no trigger filter, placed order is your time since this flow does not contain Amazon emails. So this one's tough, mainly because what we like to do is have the win back be its own segment. And then as soon as they're added onto that segment, then they're triggered through the win back flow. Whereas if someone is placed an order, wait 75 days, that could get tricky because it depends on what they placed. It could be dependent on the AOV of the placed order, a specific product, a specific collection, that sort of thing. And this is mostly one-time purchase type products. So most people are gonna buy it once, and then most of the time they don't really need to buy again unless it's a gift for a friend or family. So it's been a while and we have started to really miss you. Again, they're really good at spending a lot of space at the top of the email, the above the fold section, to just have a big image, which is not good. Then they have a gift for you, which I'm guessing is a coupon code. It is a coupon code, and another discount code, claim your discount code now. So they're just trying to get people re-engaged with discount codes. Now, sometimes that works. Most of the time it falls flat, because if people already are not interested, giving them an extra 10% off isn't gonna make them more interested. I've never bought something in my own life where I'm like, you know what, I don't see value in this product, and then that product sends me a 10% off coupon code and I immediately switch my mind. It's just not going to happen. You'd want to have different language, more psychological barriers here, rather than just giving out discount codes left and right. Moving on to post-purchase, which is like, what's the difference between this and a thank you email or the thank you flow? I don't know, personally. But they do have a welcome to the family, you're one of us now, which is all right. I would have used more personalization if possible, underutilizing that above the fold and having a big image, and then all of the copy and the call to action being at the bottom. So if we look at the analytics for the last, let's say 365 days, we actually have gotten no purchases from the initial post-purchase, which is fine. Keeping our promise, another discount code in the post-purchase flow. I would probably reserve that for the upsell flow, which we do have here. Let's see if there's another discount code in here. There is. Look at that. Every single email has a discount code. If every email has a discount code, then every email isn't really a useful email, because we're not really talking about why this product is great, what makes this product different, why is the product better than its competition, is it the manufacturing process, is it the science behind the product development, what's the difference? There's really no explanation here that adds more value to the person's buying decision or even helping them buy more, because, it's just, there's no other information except for, hey, Thank you for visiting. Here's a discount code. Thank you for buying. Here's a discount code. Like, it makes no sense. But it did get someone here on email number 2. Email number 3 is just hottest products of the month, which again, in this case, I would utilize this more as a thank you from our founder type email, because that is what's going to perform a lot better. And then lastly, we have email number 4. Let us know what you think, which is a review email. Again, underutilizing the above the fold section. And then we have our welcome flow. So we have a big welcome to the organization name family. You could have just wrote a big welcome to brand name. You don't necessarily need to have a custom tag for organization name. Again, misutilizing the above the fold. And another coupon code. Got to love it. Very sales heavy. We have reviews, which are not really reviews. They're just written out. Typically, if you're writing a testimonial, I would highly recommend to have a customer image paired up with the testimonial. That does way better. People love seeing other people experience the product. If you have just reviews, I mean, it's great, but it's better when you have reviews paired up with a photo, because people can put a face to the name and they can see people enjoying the product through, a smile with the product. Another discount reminder. Gotta love it. There's really nothing else This brand is just not valuing their customers well enough, because they consistently just discount. And then now we have a little bit about us, our promise to your quality. Like, it just screams dropship to me at this point. Now, once we reviewed all the flows, all of the designs, etc., we then want to take a look at their audience just to see exactly what kind of lists and segments they have. Are they actually caring about excluding people that have bounced, excluding people that haven't purchased recently, excluding people that aren't engaging, that sort of thing. But from the looks of it, if you look at all the lists and segments, they are very basic. We just have newsletter, SMS, preview, VIP, sample 1 and 2, and then some miscellaneous segments. So it just shows me that they are not really caring about email. They just had some freelancer set it up as a one-time, and that's it. They didn't really care about it. They're like, okay, we have email up, and we don't care if it performs. And we don't care if we burn money every day by not having this set up properly. At the end of the day, these are the biggest things that we look for. Obviously, if we're gonna deep dive into an account that is making millions and millions of dollars per year or per month, we're gonna do deeper dives, looking through more analytics. But for the most part, this is a good barometer and a good sort of gut check just to see exactly where performance is lying. I can already tell that we need to optimize the design itself to be more congruent with the website. We need to optimize the design to be more conversion focused by having all that important information in above the fold, and having content be optimized for psychology and sales, objection handling, and explaining the unique selling points of the product rather than discount. Because if you consistently discount, then there's really no discount, because that's just the new price. I'd give this one probably a solid 3 out of 10. In order to get to it like a 9 or an 8 out of 10, there's definitely some work that needs to be done. But hey, if you learned something new, hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this on a weekly basis, hit subscribe down below. And I also made a video right here, so go ahead and check that out after the video. If you want your Klaviyo account to be audited like this, go ahead and click the link down below, schedule your free audit, and I'll personally take a look at that email account. It's been Nikita, and I'll see you in the next one.